David was supposed to come, he got caught up in a meeting. So instead of covering Big Pharma and everything going on over there, we are going to talk about Willy Wonka in the White House. We got Josh refers to them, the CIA spooks, kind of beefing a little bit, talk about who that is, and we have Elon, the Elon email. We're going to cover that. Josh, you know, I watched Willy Wonka a long time ago.
Yeah. Been a long time since I've seen it.
Why is he in the White House? Where did he come from?
Apparently, Gene Wilder's not dead. He's been reincarnated as Donald John Trump. And this issue, so you want to just delve right into it, I guess? You want to just go right into that?
We can jump into that. I do want to touch on, before we get too heavy into it, Chris Rufo has been carrying a lot of weight in the reporting community. I just want to knock this down real quick before we jump head first into it. They're not loaded up like I thought they would be. Okay, hold on.
No!
Fast. Super fast.
Boy!
Alright, there you go. All in one place. Alright, we're going to knock these one at a time. It's nothing specific, it's just a generalization of who is inside this government that has been targeting specifically these January 6ers and the IRS and all these people that have been running the government. I mean, this one is, well, I probably should do this one first. Let's do this. It's just talking about the CIA and NSA officials express their desire to have a hermaphrodite baby in order to advance trans ideology. The question is, where did this come from? Are we texting people? No, this is on government documents. This is using government communications to talk about an intersex birth would be a great opportunity to raise a kid as non-binary and let them choose later. Like, these are the evil idiots that have been inside of our government.
Hold on, pull that one back up, because you didn't show me these before. I didn't read these before.
It gets worse.
What is it? Is it? What does that say? Yeah, like, so that's the official document.
Completely, but it's
what the frick? Why? Why do they want that?
because they have this evil ideology that they hate nature and what is natural, and so that any attempt they can subvert it, they will do that. Here's another one. CIA officials celebrating death of Christian leader Pat Robertson. This is a recurring theme in the NSA chat room. Hatred against Christians, conservatives, Italians, heterosexuals. One intelligence officer even cast aspirations on his own grandmother. These people hate you, and these people are running our government, or at least have been. This was just kind of giving Chris Rufo a little bit of props. We've cultivated sources within the NSA, one current employee, and one former employee who had provided chat logs from the NSA's Intel Link messaging program. I mean, these are government chat rooms that are being leaked right now, thanks to, I got calls with Manhattan Institute and Chris Rufo, but I mean, this is what we need. These people to be exposed, and that's what's happening right here. But it is a little bit funny, a little bit of catch-22 there, where the NSA is the one getting spied on rather than the NSA doing the spying. Let's look at this one. NSA CIA officials expressed their desire to have this same thing. I think one of them Elon retweeted. What's this one? Yep, Elon retweeted. I wonder how long this has been going on. Individuals with the ability to spy on all and any Americans at will. I think that's exactly right. NSA, DIA, Navy intel officers blast TikTok. Lives of TikTok. It's a Twitter account that, what did you say, Josh? You keep up with them at all? They basically pull anything from TikTok or other social medias and any social media and put it on Twitter that is left wing in nature.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, Elon is aware of this. The NSA is.
The NSG. gay.
Crazy, yeah. The NSA, that's good. Yeah, this will be the last one, and we'll jump into old Willy Wonka. American intel officials are rallying opposition to President Trump's cabinet nominees. NSA chat rooms. One Spacecom officer hoping for senators to come to their senses on RFK and not confirm him. Pronounce the MXZ, she, I mean, we're speaking entirely another language right now. But these are the people that have been controlling the NSA, the CIA, your government, probably the IRS. I mean, what organization is not infiltrated to this point? I mean, they've been weaponized. They've been going after the January 6ers for 4 years.
Well, and it's so funny. You think about like when you picture in your head when you say like a CIA agent, an FBI agent, you probably think of like best case scenario James Bond and worst case scenario maybe some like bald bulldog Irish guy.
Well, like a field. You think
Yeah.
field agent?
Yeah.
But that's not what these people do anymore.
Yeah. Now they're all homos. Now they're like twinks that are talking about like in government documents like seeding like infertile mutant babies. So this will like promote the transgender movement at the CIA level. What the frick is going on? Like I mean we all knew they were gay, but like we didn't know that they were all gay. That we have a like what's his name, Doyle said, like a theater kid occupied government. It quite literally is that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought they were all gay, so.
You're not caught off guard. You were in the military. You're a Marine.
I wasn't looking for hermaphrodite children. I wasn't looking for that. And my Marines.
You didn't have to. You were all already there.
There were some weirdos there, but they weren't that kind of weird. They were a little bit different. The other kind, the good kind of weird, we could say. But yeah, just in general, I mean, that's who occupies our government. That's who's making the I guess forcing the hand of government and keeping this thing a perpetual machine against what is conservatism and what is Christians, and just American patriots in general.
Yeah, and that's something like to that point, and I don't want to get it like we got a lot of topics to cover today, and I don't want to get us too off the point, but this is actually an important thing to raise, which is basically the awareness of this, where it's not simply like this Bill Maher type liberal or slightly conservative moderatism. It quite literally, these people hate you. These people want Christians. They want it is as bad as the crazy, quote unquote, crazy Christians say. They want you dead. They want to kill you. They want you to be replaced in your own nation. It is that bad, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse, and the left is going to become more extreme in their outspokenness. Maybe not necessarily their ideology. Josh, where do you want to go next? You want to kind of jump into DOGE? You want to talk about the CIA spook, little Tucker on Dan eye patch action?
Let's do that one first, because I think the DOGE thing and Trump's golden ticket are more.
So let me preface this by kind of laying out the groundwork. Tucker's taking shots at conservatives in general, and specifically he's taking a shot at Dan. I have a video for that I'll shoot here in a second. But yesterday, Dan Crenshaw was called on a hot mic saying that if he ever met Tucker Carlson in person, that he would effing kill him. And so we have that video. That video was attempted to be scrubbed from the internet. So the original poster of the video had taken it down. And so there's a little bit of beef going on. And Josh has a take on these two. But this is the initial Tucker shots at Dan, I believe. You could call it initial. This isn't new.
Why is it that Republican states tend to have the least sincere Republican? Like Dan Crenshaw, apparently still a member of Congress from the state of Texas, who is zero interest in the U.S. border. All his interest is in the Ukrainian border, the Gaza border. How does a guy like that get elected in a supposedly Republican state?
Well, I guess to answer the question, Josh, how does a guy like Dan Crenshaw get elected in a state like Texas?
Because politics is not organic; it's all completely astroturfed, and conservatives are some of the biggest larpers ever. Unfortunately, I do think that like he wears an eye patch, and people think that's cool. They think because he lost his eye in some battle, alleged, whatever happened to him.
But he was a SEAL. He was a Navy SEAL.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Dude, we want people to lead the country. If you can't lead the country, get out of the way. It goes for like
big, strong, tough guy, Navy SEAL in the military. I lost an eye for my country. Is gonna make what's the guy's name? Pete Davidson apologize to him on national television. Boo-hoo! He made fun of my eye. He called him a pirate. If you look like a pirate, you deserve to get called a pirate. Like,
hey, thin skin, man. It goes
yeah,
all around.
yeah.
So given that take, this was yesterday, and let's give it a listen. Maybe you can hear what he says.
Thank you. Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot. Twitter. If I ever meet him, I'll probably kill him. He's the worst person.
He said, if I ever meet him, I'll effing kill him. I mean, Josh, this is a sitting congressman threatening essentially a civilian. I mean, he's got a little bit of popularity, but how do you as a congressman say something like that, even in private? I mean, this isn't locker room talk. This is a Navy SEAL saying I'll effing kill a citizen of the nation that I'm serving.
All right, I'm gonna be honest here, and I know we're co-hosts and everything, but I think it is locker room talk. I think this is the Billy Bush tapes. That's why my tweet earlier was basically along the vein of, who cares? This is honestly, this is the best thing to happen to Dan Crenshaw in a long time because no one thinks about him. No one's ever heard of him. But like, I believe all press is good press, and like Dan Crenshaw, yeah, people like Tucker Carlson, but this is such like a beef of the week type thing. I think it's not a big deal. He's not gonna kill him. He wasn't threatening him. That's why he didn't say it publicly. It got leaked. And people say stuff like that all the time. It's not that serious.
I think.
What do you think, though?
I think it is. I think a sitting congressman shouldn't even be called on a hotline or something like that.
Come on, dude. For real, like Donald.
That's
but it's okay.
extreme.
It's okay for Donald Trump to like call reporters retarded and ugly and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah, those are two completely different things. You
Okay,
think not?
No, well, of course I think there's a difference between the president and a congressman, but I think
No,
it should be opposite. Like if we're gonna hold congressmen to like this really high standard,
Yeah, but the
not
difference is
the
I don't like
president.
Dan Crenshaw.
That's fair. But I believe it.
I do.
I don't like Dan Crenshaw either.
Maybe there's a little bit of leeway there, but
Yeah,
that's something that shouldn't be said.
Hey, if
Okay, let me put it like this. If he slips up like that after an interview in the middle of a crowded place, what's he gonna slip up in actual private?
probably slip up on someone's ass, the gay Navy boy.
Or get caught on
But
some Jeffrey Epstein type tapes.
is he involved in that? Like, literally, I don't know. Hardly
Who
anything
knows?
with
I mean,
Dan
if he's
Crenshaw.
slipping up that easy.
But that's kind of like to the point about like, should he not have said that? Sure, but whatever. They've got beef. I mean, he is a fake Republican. The video you played where Tucker Carlson basically said, "Oh, he's a fake Republican. He cares more about the Ukrainian border than his own border." Behind the scenes, him being like, "Oh, Tucker Carlson, what a douchebag. If I ever see him, I'll effing kill him. Ha ha." He's not being serious. It's not like he said it to his face. And honestly, I wish he would. Who cares about Tucker Carlson? It'd be funny if he killed him.
I don't think he would though.
You don't think he would what?
To his face.
He wouldn't say it to his face. That's the whole point. It's like all these people are like big Navy SEAL tough guy. He's a pussy. He's not gonna call out Tucker Carlson to his face. Tucker Carlson matters way more than Dan Crenshaw. No one cares about Dan Crenshaw. He's the senator or a congressman from Texas.
Yeah.
What did
You tweeted. Yeah, he's a congressman from Texas.
Okay.
You
yeah,
tweeted
it was
out
okay.
briefly. You call them both CIA spooks.
Yeah. Which
You
I mean,
want to touch on that for a second? Do you think Tucker's a CIA? I mean, I know his dad is.
so I don't know anything about Dan Crenshaw. I just say stuff to say stuff because it's funny. But basically, like with very few exceptions, I don't trust anyone that was in the military that's like a public figure. I think that's very sus. We'll get into Tucker Carlson, but with Dan Crenshaw, I don't actually know, but he's such a he believes like he is so in line with the military-industrial complex. How could he not be astroturfed? How could he not be in on the take to a certain extent? And Tucker Carlson is basically the conservative United States Minister of Propaganda. His father was in the CIA. He ran like foreign, I forget the name of it, but it was basically foreign influence operations in like Hungary and Eastern Europe, and is still like he's still involved in that kind of stuff to this day. Tucker Carlson applied to the CIA and didn't get in. He's literally Leonardo DiCaprio from from Leonardo DiCaprio from The Departed, where we can't what?
It's been a while since I've seen The Departed.
But basically, The Departed. Yeah, he applied and they accepted him, but they said, okay, we're going to reject you on paper because we can't scrub the fact that you applied, but we can basically install you as an asset in the media. That's what I think Tucker Carlson is. I think,
That's a take.
yeah,
That's a take.
it's a take for sure.
I mean, I don't have any ground to refute it, but it's
Just keep it in mind.
just keep it on the back.
Things progress.
I guess that's enough on the Tucker Dan little controversy there.
Ultimately, it's not a big deal. I swear to God, nobody will even remember this a week from now. I promise you that. You might because I said that just now, but but nobody's going to talk about this.
Bring it up next month when we stream. So Elon and DOGE have been going at it pretty hard. There's a polling coming out kind of showing the approval of DOGE. Just jump into that. I thought it was interesting.
Brand new polling, which shows overwhelming support for the DOGE cuts. When asked if the U.S. federal government debt is unsustainable, 67% say, heck yeah, it is. It's unsustainable. 33%, nah, man, we got this. But when asked if DOGE is helping make major cuts in government expenditures, 60% say, heck yeah, it's helping. 40% say, no, it's not helping. And finally, when asked if DOGE should have access to the sensitive data, remember that one? 58% say, heck yeah, give them the access, compared to 42% who say, no, don't give them the access. So we want to dive further into this now.
Josh, do we give them access?
Yeah, it's fine.
Look who already has access. We kind of went over that at the beginning of this stream. The NSA wants hermaphrodite babies and want to unload training chat all day, but they want to keep information from DOGE. I mean, these are the people that are controlling the information. These are the people that are spying on everyone. These are the people that have literally been attacking real Americans, real American patriots for the last 4 or 5 years. Let's go back to the beginning of the Obama administration too, but why the clutched pearls around DOGE having access to this stuff when these people are the ones that have had it for, oh boy, what's that, 18 years?
Well, hot take over here, but I mean, I think the obvious answer is that it's all a grift. Like everything is a grift, and so many people are in on the take. And I think like we've been talking about the past week, like Maxine Waters, for example. That's like the most obvious thing. I don't think people realize how many like people are in on the take. How many people you shake hands with on a daily basis are basically getting government subsidies. Whether through businesses, through shell corporations, or they're just a straight up recipient of something like welfare. I think you'd be astonished at the amount of people getting this. And it's all circular. All these things point to each other where you uncover one thing, you uncover all the others. And I do think that eventually, like, I'm okay with this. I've said many times I'm very skeptical of Elon Musk. I do think that his whole DOGE operation is, there is an ulterior motive. But with the sentiment, with the narrative that they're pushing right now, that basically all the government, we all know this, and I think it's good that people are being steered in the right direction on this issue. I think definitely, like, we could get off into a whole tangent about entitlements and whatnot, but I do think that these polls, it's a positive development. Totally give you that.
I agree with you. I think it's a positive development. I think those have done a real good job at getting things done, or at least it seems that way. I would like to know what's next. I think y'all talked about a little bit this morning about the marketing aspect of DOGE. They've not really done a great job of that. I think that's largely true, that they could definitely do a better job of marketing themselves, but they aren't marketers, they are operators, so just let them operate. I think the people are coming to understand that, good or bad. That's why there's so much opposition to it, because they're actually getting stuff done.
I don't know if you were going to go to something real quick, but with that in mind, I wanted to ask you, were you going to go to something?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I was, but it's okay.
Okay, I was going to ask you, what is your opinion on the email thing?
Okay, that's where I was going.
That's where you were going. Okay,
that's exactly
right.
right.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so I guess kind of give. I can't pull a "I told you so" because it's not recorded, but I do have it in text. When the email first pushed out, I sat on it for a couple hours trying to understand why this email. I mean, we're looking at 2.2 million employees. That's 2.2 million emails people are going to have to sift through. I did have a screenshot I put up. I had to block it out. It's one of the emails they sent. But people are going to have to sift through these emails because that's how many government employees there are. What did you do last week? Oh, everybody sends in an email. We have over 2 million emails we have to sift through. Who does that? And so the question I was asking myself is really nobody. I think the email is to see if they will attempt a response and or if they're just collecting the paycheck and not even checking their emails. And that's exactly what we have going on. Everyone else will work.
I was going to say I pretty much think the same thing, but we'll get into that.
Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. Musk. Are there about half of the government employees so far appear to have responded to your request for what they've been doing over the past week? Is there a timeline in place for next moves for people being fired, and when can people expect to see results of that?
Yes. Well, to be clear, I think that email perhaps was best interpreted as a performance review, but actually it was a pulse check review. Do you have a pulse? Do you have a pulse and 2 neurons? So if you have a pulse and 2 neurons, you can reply to an email. This is, I think not a high bar, is what I'm saying. This is, anyone can accomplish this? But what we are trying to get to the bottom of is we think there are a number of people on the government payroll who are dead, which is probably why they can't respond, and some people who are not real people, like they're literally fictional individuals that are collecting paychecks. Well, somebody's collecting paychecks on a fictional individual, so we're just literally trying to figure out, are these people real, are they alive, and can they write an email? Which I think is a reasonable expectation for the American public would have at least that expectation of someone in the public sector.
Mr. Musk, roughly.
Are these people real? Are they alive? It's a pulse check. I mean, that's kind of in the same vein that I was thinking. And so, I guess we were right, Josh. We just didn't write it down.
Yeah, this is, and I'll allude to basically, my experience on Wake Up Carolina with Kennard on that show is basically what they were getting caught up in is I think exactly what Elon Musk wanted to happen. I think the reaction that they had is what Elon Musk was hoping for. I even think the explanation he gives, where this is basically a pulse check to make sure people are there, I think that is, I definitely think there's truth to it, but I do think that really this is my heart goes out to you Nazi salute all over again. I think he is trying to drum up news. He is trying to get people's attention on this for a reason, good or bad press. I do think that he anticipated that how people would react to it is like, hell yeah, give him hell, fire him all, even though he wasn't going to do it, even though it was basically a pulse check. And it had maybe the opposite reaction that he expected. But it wasn't a bad thing. Like, I think he's okay with the reaction to it. I think that he's going to basically keep doing stunts like these to drum up attention, to get people invested in the operations that they have going on. Because yeah, the attention from the left wing is negative, but in a way they're kind of playing into that. They're kind of playing into the look at the left wing crash out, look at them totally spiral out and discredit themselves at all the stuff we're doing. Because look at it, he basically said, all right, email me or you're fired. Then the left went with that. They were like, look, he's going to fire all these people, which I think would actually be okay. I'm fine with that. But then he just comes out and says, no, what we meant is this, and then they fell right into it. It was a total trap. The left and even a lot of conservatives just fell for it.
Yeah, they did. Well, I think they were on the back of when he did it at Tesla, which is it's just completely different dynamic. Tesla doesn't have millions of employees.
Right.
Or sorry, I say Tesla. I mean Twitter. When he initially bought Twitter and they sent out the email, I mean it's at least from the outside perspective, that's what it looked like. But you can't then assess each individual email in that way, in the same way. I want to put this tweet up. If you're a sensitive person, you might want to close your eyes. But this is kind of a callback to the Rufo thing about who is running our government. Let me see if I can still see Josh's face. Wow.
I don't know if I want my face to be the same image as that.
Let's see.
What the?
Did I? Anyway, Elon retweeted
What is this?
it. This is an email from Elon reposted this and said that's only 4 bullet points. One of our community members sent this to the OPM. This is Washingtonian Problems. This is an email that was sent in the same way as I guess it was a response to the email trying to get them to come in. So they wanted to email what I did last week in detail. Please let me know if you need more information. So I'm not going to read it, but it's basically these are the people that have been running our government.
Is this a man that sent this?
I think so. I'm not even going to leave it up. If you want to pause it and read it, you can. It's disgusting. But again, these are the people that are looking for a mouth. They're sending in,
I hate how sassy they are.
gay things. I don't know.
I don't know if I could say that other word, but like I hate how sassy they are. So like he.
Well, they need to be rooted out, and not only rooted out and fired, but these people need to be tried for treason.
Yes, they need to be shot. It is that bad. Like you pulled up all this stuff, and you're showing it me for the first time right here on the live. But basically, like, it is that bad. Like, the government has been infiltrated by weird little twinks and freaks and all sorts of disgusting people, and they are ruining this country. And like, to say that they're ruining the country doesn't even do it justice. It's like they're destroying humanity. It is that bad, and they need to be tried for treason. They need to like get fired with 8 months severance pay. Are you kidding me? They need to put tires on them and set them on fire. No, I'm kidding. We're not in Mexico. But they need to be severely, like, getting fired is not enough. They need to be excommunicated in the middle of the friggin' Atlantic. Put them on an aircraft carrier and with Zambonis on it and push them off.
At a minimum, they need to be made an example of. Because, I mean, if you fire them, what happens? They end up on welfare, unemployment, they just mooch off the government continuously anyway. Same way they're doing now. This is
something Ken was saying this morning. He was like, well, we want safety nets for these people.
No, we
don't. No, I don't. No, they don't want it for us. They want to destroy us. I want to destroy them. And it's not malicious. It's not out of like a sense of hate that I have towards them. It's out of a sense of righteousness. Like, when you do something bad, you need to be punished, and the punishment must fit the crime. And what they're doing is quite literally, and I'm not being over dramatic over here, it is a crime against humanity. It's a crime against God. Everything that is holy is being just spit on by these twinks that, I keep saying the word twink, I don't know why that's on my mind, but like these little freaks that are, and what's protecting them? The system, this like sense of civility that we all have towards the enemy. Why? Jesus whipped people in the temple.
Because these people think that taking the high road means giving them grace. It's not our place to give everyone grace.
Yeah.
After they
all right.
want to essentially crucify us. But I want to give you this quote from a great philosopher. His name is, well, I'll give you his name afterwards. He just says, "When we win, do not forget that these people want you broke, dead, your kids raped, and brainwashed, and they think it's funny." Josh, do you know who that philosopher is?
Hitler.
The great Sam Hyde.
Oh.
but it's so
It's
true.
true,
When we win, we have to remember what these people wanted. These people want to buy babies, male babies. These people want hermaphrodites. These people want to destroy nature. They want to literally oppose God, specifically the Christian God, because it is the only true God. That is why they hate you so much. That is why they attack Christians. That is why they are so happy. Is this the one? No. Where's the Christian? But anyway, you get the point, Josh. These people hate you. They want you dead, raped, at work, in prison would be.
And I mean, like really.
Shortfall from what they want.
Like really, really think about it. Like, do you ever, you're on Twitter. I know you're on Twitter a lot more than I am, but like I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok too. You ever see videos of just like a family like playing in the park, or like you ever see wholesome content?
Yes, but not posted as, not something outside of posted as specifically being wholesome. Because I'll follow some white pill pages. Because you need a little bit of white pill.
Of course, but my point is, it's like you do see it. You do see what I'm talking about, where a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl and a tiny, 4 years old sundress running around in a field, playing with her little brother, or something like that, playing with a dog. They see that. They see the same video, and they hate it. They hate the fact that this little girl exists. They want her dead. It is that bad.
There's threads of this going on where somebody will just post a family photo, and it'll say that's giving Nazi vibes.
Exactly.
Whatever. The entire thread is just hate on the family because it espouses Americana as it ought to be, and they simply hate that it's still possible, though it is extremely hard to have. Anything else about how evil these people are?
I mean, I definitely think solution-wise, they need to be punished. I don't think execute. And this is a topic for another day. I actually don't believe in capital punishment.
Really?
Yes, but not because I'm against it, but because I think these people basically I think prisoners need to be made into, we'll call it indentured servitude. But prisoners need to be working. They need to be contributing back to society, and that doesn't mean sitting in a room with 3 square meals a day and a little bit of time outside. They need to be in the coal mines. They need to be digging up the lithium, whatever we need. That's what the prisoners need to be doing. And if the system operated in that way, then why kill somebody, no matter how bad?
Because the system isn't just for rehabilitation. It is for justice.
I mean life sentences.
But that's not justice.
I get what you're saying. And again, I'm not against capital punishment in principle. I'm not against it because I think it's evil or wrong. I'm only against it in a system, in a prison system, where basically, okay, you have someone who has committed an insanely egregious crime. I won't even come up with an example. You fill in the blank here. but come up with like someone who has committed something where it's like they should be put to death. Instead of letting, we all think they're going to hell most likely, but I do think that no one is truly beyond saving, given the right circumstances. So my point is, we do want them, I think we should give them a chance to repent, but how do you do that? By basically taking away their free will, taking away their right to do everything or anything forever, and they have to repay their debt to society in that way. And I think we should go back to the ways we're prison. Like, I don't think they should be allowed to rape each other and stuff, but like, they shouldn't be living in facilities nicer than like some of the apartments you live in now. I definitely don't believe in rehabilitation. I don't believe rehabilitation is possible in most cases. It's not about rehabilitation. That should be an option if it is on the table, but I think it's more about like utilizing the people in jail as a resource. Think of them as a resource. Why exterminate them?
Because they deserve it.
I get what you're, and again, I don't disagree. I get what you're saying, but
It's not, to me, it's not sacrificing the justice for a monetary gain. That's what we're looking at right here. Is not worth that, to me.
Okay. And
Josh, this is what I want for those extreme offenders that you keep talking about.
Me too, but after they're 90 years old and have been working in the coal mines, actually doing something, because here's the thing. When you have someone that's a nihilist and they commit a crime so egregious it warrants them being executed, when you execute them, I mean, granted, they're going to have a rude awakening when they wake up in hell, but in the moment, before they're executed, they don't actually see this as a bad thing. I think, and I'd be okay with they live out the rest of their life in servitude towards the society that they rebelled against, and you can include some type of punishment on top of that. And by punishment, I do mean torture. I mean, I don't mean like give them, a flathead screwdriver and peel their nails off. But like they get, when they're first in there, they're waterboarded every day for fun. And then, like as time goes on, if they get a little bit more repentant, they can be waterboarded once a month. What?
What are you trying to build over here, dude?
What do you mean?
That's crazy.
What do you mean?
Just kill them already.
No. Why kill them when they can contribute?
Why waterboard them when they're already slaves?
Because it's funny. Guess why not? Maybe like you can bring the kids, like they can pay. It's like let's waterboard. Like instead of going to Disney World, they can waterboard some prisoners. Maybe like
Josh,
time up to a launch show with paintball guns.
What if we set up a system and we put Willy Wonka in charge of the system, and he just passed out golden tickets all day long?
Do we not?
We're going to be doing something else. We're going to be doing something else. It's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before or anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Sure.
Mr. President, are there
Wait a
any
minute.
requirements for that
Hang on a
gold
sec.
card? Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really, you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make-believe, and fraud, and it was a way to get a green card that was low priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold. So they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global citizens. They can come to America. The president can give them a green card, and they can invest in America, and we can use that money to reduce our deficit. Why do we give out lotteries of green cards? Why do we give out EB-5 for green cards? The President of the United States understands that the right answer is, why don't we eliminate the deficit of the United States of America instead?
The gold card, well, millions, but the gold card will bring in with it people that create jobs, very high-level people. I think companies will pay to get people in. For instance, you today graduate from the Wharton School of Finance or Harvard or Stanford or any college, and nobody knows if you can even go to work for a company. So Apple and all these companies that want to get people to be working for them will be able to buy a card, and for the people that are number one in their class at top schools, I see that as one of the things. But generally speaking, it'll be people with money and people that create jobs, and they won't have to pay any tax on income outside of the United States, which they're not paying right now. They're not citizens, but they'll have to pay if they create jobs in the United States. They'll pay full taxes like everybody else. So you're getting big taxpayers, big job producers, and we'll be able to sell maybe 1 million of these cards, maybe more than that. And if you add up the numbers, they're pretty good. As an example, 1 million cards would be worth $5 trillion. $5 trillion.
Wow.
And if you sell 10 million of the cards, that's a total of $50 trillion. Well, we have 35 trillion in debt. That'd be nice. So we'll see. But it could be great. Maybe it will be fantastic. We have it all worked out from the legal standpoint. It's totally legal to do. Hasn't been done before. It's been done in many different forms. We give them away. Why should we give them away? We shouldn't give them away. And I think it's something very exciting. I think it's potentially just something that we're all very excited about. We're going to be doing.
Willy Wonka in the White House.
That was fucking awful, dude. I mean, like, I had heard about the golden ticket thing. I hadn't seen that video yet. That was literally like the things I was thinking to say. Like, do you know what that implies? He straight up said it, dude. Okay, I'm off the Trump train. It's official. I don't like Donald Trump anymore. We were bamboozled. We were idiots. He's a Trojan horse, dude. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? $5 million and anyone can come into this country and go, well, $5 million, can you afford it? No. But that's the point. The governments of like Asia, China, India, they will pay that. Like, they have a high enough GDP to afford that. I mean, if Trump says they're going to be 50 trillion, they're not going to pay for that.
You don't want 10 million non-Americans coming into the country just because they can pay for a thing?
Dude, it's Apple TV Plus. It's America Plus. Literally, Donald Trump. We wanted a businessman in the White House for so long, and what do we get? No deportations, and now it's like what does being an American citizen mean? What does being an American mean? It's a subscription. It's like paying for Netflix. It's paying for the Twitter check mark or something. That's what being an American is now. And so, and you think about it like this. No one thinks of the implications of this. A freaking like Indian national that graduates top of his class at Wharton or whatever, pays $5 million to get into the country through like the royalty or whatever they got going on over their fundraising. Who knows? Who cares? They're going to be resentful of it. They're not going to appreciate that. Literally, like they'll see it as an opportunity, but not as a good thing. They're not even going to be thankful for it. Dude.
It's so bad, I don't even want to contribute to the conversation. That's how bad it is.
What did he say? He said, he said companies are going to pay for it. I was literally going to say, what if he said that, dude. That's exactly what is going to happen. Companies are going to the companies are going to replace you with what they believe, like Sam Hyde said, economic units. You are not a person. You are not an American.
Just because he puts a higher ticket on the economic cog in the machine doesn't make it any less of an economic cog in the machine. This is what we've been railing against, Josh. I mean, us as in you could call us the far right, and this is going to keep happening. I need to get my chalkboard video going so I can explain to the people that Donald Trump is this centerpiece of this large umbrella, and the right is going to get kicked out. There will be no far right in the Republican Party in the near future.
Yeah, I take back it. Donald Trump is not smart. Donald Trump, he art of the deal.
But it's gold,
He's
Josh.
a
It's
scam.
gold. It's
He's
golden.
a scammer.
It's
Donald
golden.
Donald Trump's a scammer. If it was genuine in the beginning, I don't know. I can't even say at this point, to be honest. But we got scammed. We got bamboozled. And and you know that they're gonna, oh no, this is good. You know, that like my grandchildren will be replaced in their own country for but hey, it's okay because they're paying for it. You know,
Dude, my granddad fought for all these people to be able to buy their way into this freedom that he fought for. And he really wanted, he fought for them to be able to buy this golden ticket to be here, Josh. What kind of sense does that make? It doesn't. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and like, dude, and it's almost like early onset social credit system, which I would be fine with if it were a Christian thing, but like, this is like, the people that pay for this golden ticket are going to be hoity-toity. They're going to be resentful. We're cooked, dude. We're so screwed. I can't.
I'll let you go for a little bit, dude.
I was shocked.
I don't even want to contribute to this conversation. It's so bad. It's such a bad idea. It's so bad. First of all,
who came up with it? Did he come up with this?
I don't know. It looks like where's the video at? I'm gonna skip to.
We're going to be doing something.
And they can invest in America, and we can use that money to reduce our deficit. Why do we give out lotteries of green cards?
I don't know who that guy is, but I would be willing to bet that him and his people are the ones that kind of toss this out there. I'm just throwing it. You know,
yeah, I don't know who that guy is, but let's do an early life check.
Before it gets scrubbed.
Yeah. But holy crap, dude, that is
such a bad idea, man.
Bananas.
The only people that are going to buy it are going to be companies, and they're just going to. I mean, what's to stop China from just printing money the same way we do, buying it, and importing 10 million of their nationals? I mean, it's a usurpation of the American people in itself.
I mean, I'm honestly, like, I'm kind of out of steam here because I'm like processing it. I can't believe
It's
what
so
I
bad,
just saw.
I know,
I
it's so
can't
bad.
believe what I just saw. The bet.
It's extremely black business when you think about it.
All right, and I know, you know, topic change over here, but I wonder what JD Vance's take on this is.
Maybe we'll get one. Maybe we'll get one. I mean, if I had to be a betting man, he will stay away from the topic. I think he'll stay away from it. I don't think he agrees, but he's.
Mic ain't on, bro.
Is one of them unplugged?
Mine?
Testing. Mine? Hitting home.
Ooh. I think it's yours.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, it's yours. Ooh. Uh-oh. What's the problem?
Talk to me, Josh.
Maybe for $5 million we can get Panji to replace our mic system, fix our mics for us.
I don't think yours is on either.
What? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
What is it? say mine's on. Is it on now? No.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
We might have a problem. Pull it up on your phone real quick.
That's not cool.
The whole thing is
that
gone.
The whole thing?
It wasn't recording.
Oh boy.
Are you
sorry, guys?
Kidding me, dude? There were 5 people watching the whole time and didn't say anything. That is bananas.
Is what it is, dude.
Mistakes
made.
So none of that was recorded.
I'll have to pull chat and see if it's it recorded directly. I doubt it though. That's not cool. You want to watch it one more time, Josh? We'll just end the stream out of shame.
Yeah, I don't know if we can recover from that one, dude.
Well,
That's
Laughing
bad.
Dog, thanks for that. We will not make that mistake again.
Thank you, Laughing
now
Dog.
I feel bad.
Maybe we do need the Indians. Maybe we're cooked. You still had sound, just not proximity mic.
We still had sound. It was pulling from the mic on the other side of the screen. I wonder how bad the sound was.
Damn.
Let me listen back to it real quick.
Damn. Well, should we end the stream? I mean,
nah. Keep talking about how bad it was.
Yeah, Donald Trump's cooked. We're cooked. It's I mean, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh my God,
It's
dude.
not the end of the world. It's actually not too bad, considering the mic is on literally the other side of the room.
It sounds like what one of those interrogation videos where like
considering the mic is on literally the other.
That's bananas, dude.
That makes
Oh my gosh.
That makes a huge difference.
Laughing
Anyway.
Dog said not horrible. Yeah, I mean, I guess like enough for people like not to say anything until you did, because there were a couple people watching. But wow, yeah. Anyway,
We were talking about
Donald Trump bamboozled you. He bamboozled me and Zeb.
We were talking about
We're
Willy
cooked.
Wonka in the White House, dude. It's so crazy. Like I don't even want to comment on it. Like it's so out of left field, dude. Like this is so unnecessary. So unnecessary. So unnecessary.
Are you doing like a Joker thing?
I mean, I don't know. I don't. That's all I know what to say. It's like, dude, we have DOGE in there cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. We're making progress incrementally, trying to weed things out, get things done. Trump's over here signing executive orders that everybody agrees with. Yeah, we need to get them passed through legislation, but at least we got something on the board for 90 days. And then all of a sudden, we got Willy Wonka doing a somersault flip, throwing up gold cards to the rest of the world, say, come on in. It's like, dude, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's so out of left field. I don't know what to say. Like, does he think this is going to solve the debt issue? There's no way he believes that. There's no way he believes that.
Dude, he's nuts. And it's one of those things where it's like the art of the deal. He says the most out there thing to get people to come to like where he actually wants them. But we don't want any of this at all. It's so bad. And it's like, he talks about like, you sell what was it, 10 million of these things? That's $50 trillion. That would solve our national debt. That is never going to happen. Never. And then what do you have? 10 million more foreigners in the country.
Dude, we already got 100 million we haven't dealt with yet. We can't even deport at the rate that Obama was able to deport, dude. We got so much more to worry about to get out of the country than trying to get more people in. I don't care if their $5 million is going towards the national debt. Nobody cares, dude.
Do you know what the worst part is?
We want a nation to survive. We don't want to import the world.
Do you know what the worst part about this is? Is with all things Trump, everything he's ever done ever since he's became president, since he started running, is he promises big, and then he comes up short, and then redefines what he said in the first place to make it look like a win. And I guarantee what's going to happen with this is they're going, like, you know what's going to happen? They're going to reduce the price They're going to say, "Oh, look at this golden ticket thing we've got," and then all the conservatard idiots
like,
they're going to jump on board. But of course, they can never shake that. So what are they going to do to make it work? They're going to reduce it to $1 million. So we're not even going to get out of debt, which is the whole point of this, and we're still going to get all the immigrants anyway.
Did he call it Visa Plus?
Yes, he said Green Card Plus. He said Green
Card Plus. Yeah, we're gonna get a green card basic too. Like, yeah, it's a subscription model to America. Like, what?
I'm depressed, dude. We're cooked.
We're cooked, dude. We're done.
You accused me the other day of being a black pillar.
I mean, this is black pilling.
Can't help it, man. Can't help it.
Are we doomers now?
I
mean, this is bad. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad, dude.
And the worst part is you know that the conservative base, what are they going to do? They're going to rationalize this. They're going to come up with excuses for him. They're not going to push back because it's him, because it's Trump. I mean, I'm not trying to put anyone down, but like I'm familiar with the boomer audience. You know what I mean?
Do you think I am right in that the ostracization of the nationalistic right is going to end up
what? Happening?
Not being in the party anymore, whether that's they go independent or they try to conquer the Democrat or conquista the Democratic Party. Do you think they'll get fed up enough by being perpetual cogs in the machine by these politicians, including Donald Trump, that they'll try an extreme alternative?
And here's what I think, like, there's what needs to happen and what I think is going to happen. What I think needs to happen is for the real right to distinguish itself from this moderate right. That's what needs to happen. Now, how that will manifest, will it be that they start running as Democrats, or if they just kind of put themselves out there, like also running as Republican, but there's a split in the right wing. Either way, once that happens, the more interesting aspect of the races, of the political races, will be at the primary level and not the final level, not the actual like election. Is like the Republicans are gonna like? Is it going to be a Democrat versus a hardcore rightist running in the Democratic primary, or the moderate right versus the hard right in the Republican primary?
I don't think the hard right can win in a Republican primary. The Republican Party is too entrenched and too much money floating around with people like Lindsey Graham in South Carolina, or Tim Scott, or Nancy Mace, or you name it.
Now,
Nikki Haley. Whoever they are.
Because here's what I'm thinking is
brand new polling, which shows overwhelming.
Sorry, go ahead.
The kind of realignment that you're talking about is going to happen over the course of decades. Now, my point being is this, which is basically
8 years.
No. I don't think that's
it'll take 2 election cycles. It would 8 years would be quick. I don't think it would take decades.
What I'm saying is this, is the problem that the true right is going to run into once it distinguishes himself is this. It's going to be for this point in time, when you talk about an 8-year time frame, like 8 years from today, the problem is still going to be the old fogies. It's still going to be the boomers that just do not get it. And either way, whether you run as a Republican hard rightist or a Democrat, as someone who's hard right but running as a Democrat, you're going to run into the same obstacle but with different faces. So if you run as a Republican, then they're going to say, "Oh, you'll never win elections because that's too right wing." If you run as a Democrat, they're going to basically say, the tripwire is tripped and their brains lock up, and they say, "I could never vote for a Democrat, even if I really like what that kid has to say." But the Democrat Party,
but I think
you never know who he's in bed with.
And the faster it happens, the better off we are, because the people that are going to vote Democrat are going to vote Democrat no matter what. This is the vote blue no matter who people. They're going to vote blue, and I think it can be usurped.
I don't think so. I think because This doesn't happen in a vacuum. The split in the right that we are expecting is going to have cascading effects. The left wing will not stay stagnant.
I think it's already split. It's just not acknowledged.
No, I think you're right. But what my point is once it is acknowledged, and if hardcore right-wing people start running as Democrats, this idea that like all your typical Democrats that we come to know and love today are still going to vote for them because they're the Democrat if the hard right person won the primary, I don't think we can bank on that. I don't think we can count on that.
I don't think we have to. Okay, so how much of this party do you think is the real right or the socially right?
Actually,
yes.
Less than 10%.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You think there's that many boomers?
I think it's a lot of well, my point is now there's the potential and the actual. When I'm talking about actual people that really get it right now, less than 10%. And there's also the subverters, because the real hard right is the CIA is out in full force. That's really all I am at liberty to say. But yeah.
For now, we'll see.
For now, hopefully, I hope you're right. I'm the resident doomer, black
the,
pillar here.
We'll see after they get fired after the Elon email.
Like I said, I don't think people are going to get fired. I mean, look at the severance pay thing. You know, they were the DOGE cuts resulted in 8 months severance pay. You can't find a job in 8 months. You should be shot. You know.
I thought you didn't. We just had a whole conversation about capital punishment, Josh.
Oh, well, I'm a hypocrite. You didn't know that? I have two sides to
If you just joined us, Josh does not believe in capital punishment, but also these people should be shot.
Makes sense to me.
All right, that works.
I don't believe in capital punishment if we have slavery for prisoners. If we don't, then you can kill them. Kill the rapists, kill the pedophiles, kill them all. It's fine.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to go from here, man. That the Willy Wonka in the White House is really kind of getting to me, dude. Keno,
I would. Okay, I can't say that. I was gonna say something.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Keno said, great appearance on Ward's channel last night. Thanks, dude. I was not 100%. I was.
I'm excited to watch it.
It was a good stream. Don't get me wrong, it was a good stream, but I wasn't 100%. Chuck's, if you can, go check out Chuck Mason on YouTube. I think it's at Chuck Mason 1. He's got some pretty good videos, some pretty good insights. You seen some of his stuff?
Yeah, I watched a couple of his videos last night. He's really good. He's smart. I like him.
Yeah, he's
and of course
he's very learned. A lot to teach us. I'm trying to learn too. So that's what I'm here for. If you're on my channel, go check out Josh's channel, Josh Vandernord. And if you're on Josh's channel, go check out mine, Zeb Boykin.
Vice versa.
You can also find all the correct answers to everything on my Twitter. And sometimes Josh says other things on his Twitter.
Occasionally. And if there's ever a problem with the mic or stream, please let us know. Shout out to Laughing Dog for helping us out with that, because that would have been catastrophic if the entire stream was just dog shit audio quality.
Yeah, well, I think it was. That's on me. I'll go waterboard myself after this. Thank you for sticking around. Josh, anything before we go? Tell the people
That's about it. I think I made my point.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your golden ticket.